Have you ever thought of actually having a joint venture collaboration? A joint venture was basically you're going to be working with someone, and essentially it's going to benefit you and that person. In this case, the individual is going to be sending you leads, and then what you're going to be doing is paying them out of the commissions after the policy closes. So let's just say do a joint venture. One of the, I can't say simplest but easiest, but let's say lowest hanging fruit would be realtors and mortgage brokers. And here's the reason why. They're probably familiar with the mortgage protection plan, or you've heard the term mortgage protection. Mortgage protection basically is a life insurance that does something for an individual in the event that if something happens to them, it can take care of the mortgage. So you can use multiple products to be able to solve that problem, but that's kind of not like the point here. But really, I can go into that a little bit deeper on another video. But really, with the joint venture, what you want to do is reach out to the realtor or to reach out to the mortgage broker and just basically let them know, say, listen, you have your clients, and the average person probably buys a house maybe once every 11 years. So you probably are not going to make it, if it's a realtor, you're probably not going to make a commission, or let's say pay from that person for another 11 years. But if there was a way for you to be able to still make money from them, is that something that you would consider? Or you can ask them and say, if I can show you how to be able to add another profit center to your mortgage business, would you be open to the idea? It's just a general question in which we ask the mortgage brokers, and most of them say yes. So, and then once you're talking to them, you're basically going to tell them, say, when you sell the mortgage and everything is done, the records are actually counted, or they're sealed, or they're implemented in the county court office. So there's a mortgage record in the county court office. Now, what happens with those records is marketing companies, like what they do is they just actually take those records and they start mailing out correspondence to the individuals for mortgage protection plans. Because if the records are right there, they're public knowledge. So they have the address of what the house, the person just bought the house or refinanced the house, the address is there. So now that they have the address, they have the person, they have the mortgage company, they send out a letter basically saying that something happened to you. Essentially, you can put a plan in place to make sure that the mortgage is getting taken care of. So if you got sick and you couldn't work, the mortgage could be paid for. If you passed away, the mortgage could be paid for your family. If nothing happened, you can get all your money back. But we can add to that is that most people want to own a home and not own a mortgage, so we can show them how to be able to pay the home off in half the time and then still be able to take the home and use that additional money for retirement. But we can get into that on a different topic. But when you're talking to the mortgage broker, essentially what you're telling them is that now what happens there is that the information there is public record, and they're going to start receiving correspondence for mortgage protection. And some of these people are actually going to take advantage of a mortgage protection plan, but you're not going to make anything from that. If you want, we can partner together. I could show you how you can profit from that. It's going to happen anyway, right? But since it's going to happen, since you have the relationship with the person, we can intervene on your behalf, or you can intervene with them first. They already trust you. And then I can talk to them about the mortgage protection plan. You make the introduction to me. And in this way, what we can do is split the profits on the back end. So think of it like this, Mr. Mortgage Broker, is that you do the ushering, I'll do the preaching, and then we can split the collection plate. So that's kind of like the gist of it. We can go a little bit more detail if you want to hear the actual conversation with a mortgage broker or how that whole thing would play out. But what I could really show you is that it can give you a couple different sentences that you can actually text out to mortgage people. You have their mobile number. You can text this information out there to them and say, if I was able to, would you be interested in adding another profit center to your mortgage business? And if they respond yes, then now you can have that conversation with them. We can actually create a video that actually explains to them what happens in this whole process. You can send them the video, and once they like what you have to see, then let's say they like what you have to say, just book an appointment on your calendar, and they can start referring people to you. But the easiest thing to do is say, okay, give me like give me give 3 of your last 10 clients. Just let me work with them first and see what we can do, and then we can split the profits on the back end. But we can go into more detail about this if this is something you want to implement. This would be a joint venture strategy where you'll have leads coming into you from the mortgage people, from the real estate people as they sell homes, and now they're introducing their clients to mortgage protection. They refer them to you right? But again, you're going to be responsible for paying them on the back end, whatever amount you work out. But it'll be a joint venture where you don't have to go look for leads. The leads will be coming to you. If you want to learn a little bit more about this strategy, just reach out to me. I can show you how you'll be able to implement this in your own business today.